All right, we're live. All right, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name's Zenovia.
Zenoviah. Wow, that is such a pretty name. Who named you that?
My father.
Your father? All right, good. So, I'm Combat Carnivore, as a lot of you may know if you haven't met me yet. Welcome to the channel. I am a father of 4 beautiful children. This is my oldest daughter right here.
Hi.
Her name is Zenobia Young Myers. And anyway, she is so special to me. But we decided, like, maybe you've seen other episodes of our little family huddle, and maybe this is your first time. If it's your first time, we just decided that one day a week or maybe 2 days a week, we're just going to sit down one-on-one with either my wife or my kids, or my wife is going to be with one of the kids, and we just give them 100% of our attention, and we talk about life, talk about everything from laughs and jokes to conspiracy theories to boyfriends.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you have to. That's
I'm
the
not
only way
dating.
you're going to do the podcast.
I'm
You got to
only
tell
dating
us.
until I'm 20.
Okay, give me next. All right, I like that.
Don't want to date.
All right, but you're not going to be goofy, or I guess you can be goofy on here, but don't be like, oh my God, this is my dad. You have to pretend to love me. Tell everybody in the world, say I love my dad. Can you tell them that you love me?
Love you, Dad.
Be nice to me. The world's gonna see how much that you love or don't love me. It's gonna be live. No edits. But yeah, so just a quick recap. Just giving our family time, and I kind of talked to your mom about this, how one day hopefully that your kids and maybe your kids will be able to look at this and be like, oh, that was your dad? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, that's where I come from. And they'll get to see you when you were a kid and be like, oh my God, mom, that was you? That was you when you were little? And you're like, yeah, wasn't I so goofy? Wasn't I so mean to my dad?
What?
Yeah, see. But yeah, do you like that? Do you like the sound of that podcast?
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess let's start from scratch.
Mm.
Snovia, how was your day today?
Good.
I'm good. What'd you do today?
I'm in a summer camp.
The jiu-jitsu summer camp?
Yeah.
What do you do at the Brazilian jiu-jitsu summer camp?
We did jiu-jitsu, more jiu-jitsu.
More jiu-jitsu? What about chess? Do you play chess?
Yeah, we play chess at the beginning.
So you start off playing chess?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't fidget. You just be calm. Sorry, I took away a fidgety thing from Zenobia. Don't be nervous. It's just fun. It's just honest. It's just us.
Okay.
Don't be embarrassed by me.
Okay.
What else? So you started off playing chess.
Mhm.
Why do you start off playing chess? Why do you think?
Because jiu-jitsu is more of strategizing your mindset.
Ooh, that's a good answer. All right. And then what do you do after that?
Well, we get into like practicing some new moves, mostly advanced moves.
Mm. So learning new moves, new techniques.
Mhm.
You do some live training, some sparring.
Yeah.
You choke people.
Yeah.
Has it been hard this week?
Mm,
Who's been your partner this week?
Clara.
She's vicious.
She's vicious.
She's vicious. That's okay.
She's scared.
But you've been doing good?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. All right. Then I know you've been doing the ice bath there.
Yeah.
Tell them about the ice bath.
It's freezing.
It's freezing, obviously. But is it voluntary? Is it voluntary?
Which voluntary?
Voluntary is like you volunteer to do it. Like it's a choice. Like no
Yeah.
one forces you in.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but do most people at the gym do it? Most of the kids? Not most of the kids?
Actually, a lot of kids.
I was gonna say most of
But
them do it.
no, not this week because there's less kids this week.
Oh,
Last week there's
a bunch of kids doing the ice bath. Do you know the temperature of the ice bath?
One was below 40.
Yeah,
one below
37
30.
degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 37 degrees.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in there?
10 seconds.
10 seconds? You didn't do more? How much did Finny do?
10 seconds.
That's it? She's going to tell me a different story when she comes on here.
Oh, yeah, she will. Liars.
What?
Yeah.
All right. So after you do the ice baths, what do you do?
ice bath, dry off, eat my lunch.
Dry off, eat your lunch.
Because mostly during lunchtime during that time.
And yeah, you haven't been doing carnivore very well, have you? That's okay. We'll get back on track. So, Zenoviah, tell us about your siblings.
Siblings? Which one should I start with?
Just tell them about all of them.
So let's start with oldest. My oldest brother, Ezekiel. Well, half brother.
Not your half brother. You have the same mom.
Oh yeah, I forgot. My brother. He loves to do this to his hair. Same. That's what he does. That's what he does. And then he's like, "What? What?" Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does every day. Like, oh my gosh, it sounds like there's a room over here. I'm right there.
There's a what?
The mirror.
Mirror.
The window mirror in the car, and I'm right here. My brother comes out and looks at it.
Yeah. Show me. Do it. Run your fingers through your hair. Do it.
Yeah, she does it better.
He tries to look off in the distance.
He thinks he's so attractive.
All right, and then what other siblings do you have?
So my only sister, Infinity, we get into lots of cat fights.
Infinity Myers. We call her Finny for short. So if you hear us say Finny, that's who we're referring to. Yeah. What does Finny look like?
Finny is it might be surprising because you might have seen my mom and my dad. She's a redhead.
She's a redhead. She's a redheaded middle child, right?
She's a middle child.
So she's a redheaded middle child.
Yeah, me and her are the middle child.
How would you describe we got
Molly. We gotta guess. Hi.
How would you describe Finny's personality?
Well, very sassy, of course.
All right, let's get out of here. You can sit there. You can sit there. You can lay down. Lay down. All right. So you would say Finny is sassy?
She's more cheerful. She's a vibrant spirit.
A vibrant spirit?
Yes.
Okay.
And she really colorful, I gotta say.
Colorful?
Colorful.
Like personality-wise?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And style-wise.
And style? You think she got colorful style? Yeah. All right.
That's where she got the red hair from.
Red hair and blue eyes. Yeah. All right. What about Cassius?
Cassius? The youngest of them all.
We call Cash.
Cash. And he's a blonde little boy with blue ocean
What's his personality like?
He's actually quite sassy.
Do you think he's sassy? He's very much a victim because his older siblings are always picking on him and not including him and then pushing him to the side so you can get what you want at the cost of him. Because it's like we don't have that many resources. We don't have like a bunch of TVs or a bunch of cell phones or a bunch of toys and stuff. So they fight for resources and he loses often because you guys don't include him.
Oh, you see, my sister and my little brother actually gang up on me. They gang up.
I think you gang up on them.
No, they gang up.
I think you gang up on them.
I do
Absolutely.
Not. No,
yeah.
I do not.
You play a big. I know. I see the instigation. You guys don't think you see everything. I see the instigation between the both of you. I see when you are antagonizing your sister, and then you play the victim when she comes after you. And I also see that when Finny, that she does a very good job of instigating you, where she's trying to instigate you into some drama. And if you would just ignore her, she would have no power. Yeah. But she gets a lot of power by making you get by extracting reactions out of you, by causing you to react emotionally. She wins because then she's your master.
Why do you think she gangs up on me?
She doesn't gang up. Because you give her the most reaction. And the more she's controlling your emotions, the more she's in charge of you. Don't you see how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So you have an older brother, Zeke. You have your younger brother, Cassius.
Yes.
And you have your sister, who is very close to you in age. Mm-hmm. You guys are like a year apart.
We're Irish twins.
Finny or Infinity, the redheaded middle child.
Yes.
Who do you think? Okay, out of all your siblings, who do you think is the favorite?
Zeke. Always.
Zeke.
It's all the way. It's Zeke. It's Zeke. He cannot tell. He cannot tell a single lie.
Who do you think is your mom's favorite?
Cash.
Cash. Really? She's been kind of getting on him lately though.
It's always the youngest boy is the mom's favorite.
The youngest boy.
Yeah, mom's boy.
I'm the youngest boy.
Are you a mama's boy?
No.
'Cause
No, I am not a mama's boy.
whoever is a mama's boy is the mom's favorite.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. So we got a good recap of the family.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Who is your favorite?
Sibling?
Yeah.
Gotta pick. I gotta say my sister.
Your sister's your favorite? I think you're just trying to win brownie points.
No.
I think you're just trying to say what you're supposed to say
No,
because
no.
you guys are each other's throats all the time.
We've actually been really nice to each other because we made a waiver.
You made a waiver. What's a waiver?
A waiver to us is an exchange where we're nice to each other and we don't act mean, so we have a good personality when we're older.
Like a treaty?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like a truce?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, truce.
All right. So you think, all right, now who's your favorite, mom or dad?
I do not answer questions like that.
You just did. You just chose all the favorites.
No, you're both equally loved by me. But if I had to choose, dad.
Hey, you're all equally loved.
Yeah.
You're all equally loved, but who's your favorite?
Between mom and dad.
Mhm.
Dad.
Yeah.
Don't tell mom.
I better not see an episode with you and your mom, and you say your mom. You better not be a fair weather favorite player. I don't know how to say that.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Then we'll have the pets. The next.
Oh, the
Yeah.
pets.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got some chicks. The chicks were actually too loud. We had to put them in the garage during the episode because they were chirping.
Yeah, they were like right around here, and they were chirping too loud.
Way too loud. Chirp,
Way
chirp, chirp.
You could hear them in the background, so we like put them in the garage.
Okay, cool. So, you know what's interesting? You know what mom and I just did?
What?
We went to a Ninja Warrior course, and we were talking about they have a homeschool program where you can go get classes 1 day a week, but also like there's open times where you can go and it's not a class, but where you do like Ninja Warrior stuff. Have you seen the Ninja Warrior stuff?
We actually used to watch Ninja Kids when we were little.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But I figured you would really like it because it would make you way better at your aerial, your dragonfly aerial acrobats.
Is that? Oh yeah, it is acrobats.
Yeah, because you know how you have to hang there for long periods of time? Well, same thing with the Ninja Warrior, right? So it's like
there's actually a show for that.
yeah, exactly. And so the place that we just went to is extremely competitive. They go to like the national champions and championships and
my siblings
all
would love
sorts of stuff.
that.
Yeah, but you would too, I think. I think that you were the best climber. I wish so. I used to make Zenobia. I used not make her, but I would take her with me to the different rock walls, the climbing walls, right?
You said I climbed to the top.
And she would climb to the top, and she like her movement was like a professional climber. Even like the first times that she was doing it, I was so impressed. I wish she would have done it more, but we did it for like a couple years, right? And you got so good, and you had no fear of going to the top. But I think those skills would translate well to this Ninja Warrior stuff, and I think it would help translate to your aerial. Can you tell them what aerial is?
Well, aerial is a certain type of dance, except there's multiple things with it. I do not know all the names. I do silks, which is a fabric that you climb and do. And there's some like acrobatic moves and some you can do with ice skating. If you have been to like the Disney shows where they have like a hooks or like the silks coming down, it's kind of like that, except we don't do skates.
So it's like from what looks like to me is like there's fabric that goes way up high, and you like climb your way up there, and you like dance up in the silks, and you like rotate.
The reason they named it Dragonfly to me is because it's like flying.
I see. I watched some of those girls. Like there's young girls in there are like falling down in these silks and then catching themselves in crazy ways. They call them
Yeah.
what, drops or something?
It's drops because they think drops are really pretty, and it like just makes it more like vibrant and like wow.
But you guys learn how to like climb rope in like all sorts of different ways. There's like one that you were learning it this week where it's like your legs are straight and you like cross them. And so you're like horizontal to the ground and you like cross them and then you go up and cross them again and you go up and cross them again. It's like you're climbing the rope with your thighs rather than like with your hands and your feet.
Do you mean scissor kick?
What do you mean? I don't know. I'm not in the class. I'm on the side.
It's called a scissor kick where it's like this leg is right and you had to hook the fabric with your back leg and then you fall into a hip key.
So we were trying to find because Zenobia was kind of like interested in doing dance or ballroom dancing. And I was like, you have to do something that's going to be more athletic. I need you to do something that's like upper body strength, like
And I found it myself.
gymnastics or what she already does, jujitsu a couple days a week. But I told her she had to find something. And so we agreed that this, and by the way, it was my idea. It was my idea.
I found it. I showed you and you told me what it was.
What? I drive by it every day. That's why I knew what it was. But I suggested that she do that because then she would be getting dancing and performing arts, but also it would require upper body strength and athleticism.
Yeah, one thing. So yesterday was I went to Ariel's because I do it Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are my favorite day of the week. But there were these people practicing, and everyone got to watch them show because they're like audience dances where they're in like where they do it actually on like a stage, and they did it, and they were so good.
Ooh.
But it wasn't on silks; it was on the thing where you like hold on.
Are you getting better?
Yeah.
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 I think you're getting better.
My favorite climb has to be Russian climb. Yeah.
You like Russians?
No.
Good. All right. So let's. So yeah. Anyway, I think this. I think Mom's gonna choose Mondays for you guys, but so on Mondays it's actually a accredited PE course. So since you guys are homeschooled, this actually can count as your PE credit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. So you're gonna go there and you
scholarship.
Maybe, but you're gonna go there and you're gonna meet other kids who are homeschooled, but also in the program. I think you'll really like it. I think it's right up your guys' alley, and like I said, I think it'll translate into helping you build that strength and coordination for.
It's also good with
Ariel.
mindset because because as kids we used to like. Well, I used to like to watch action movies with my dad, and I was like, and I. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of Japan, and there's ninjas in Japan, so like I like.
There are ninjas in Japan. Hey, what kind of shows do I like?
You really like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that's just good. Yeah, because
we watched the Final Reckoning.
The Final Reckoning. Yeah, it was a Final Reckoning. It was a last Mission Impossible.
I loved it.
I know. Oh, Molly's
you have
back.
a little guest back.
Oh yeah, you're so beautiful.
Okay.
I love you so much.
Okay, you're still.
Oh yeah.
You're still in the spotlight. At the spotlight. Okay.
Nope. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Okay, she's just gonna sit there. Okay.
But yeah, what kind? Yeah, so Mission Impossible. What other kind of movies do I like to watch? And TV shows.
You like to watch like comedy action ones? Like we watched this one. I forgot like Deep Cover or something.
Oh yeah, that one was funny. Yeah. I think it was called Deep Cover. Yeah. Like Orlando Bloom.
But there was this really funny part where they had to go kill someone. And it just turned.
Stop talking. You're going to make me look like a horrible parent. You should probably have watched that movie. Hey, she watched it with parental supervision. And we closed her eyes. We said, don't watch this part. This is inappropriate.
I watched. There was no inappropriate.
You're gonna get me in trouble. You tell the whole world you're watching inappropriate things. No.
There was not inappropriate things. It was just mostly violent.
It was violent. That's what I mean. Yeah. It was like violence, inappropriate violence. But it was funny.
I'm pre-trained.
You're okay. Don't.
Okay.
So that way I can't get in trouble. She's 18.
Yeah, they do.
Or wait, I don't rated R. I think it's 17 or something. But still, it was with a parent. But anywho, let's move on. Let's not focus on the details. All right. I thought I liked sci-fi.
Oh yeah, you like sci-fi a lot. There's one like called Soul. It starts with an S.
Severance.
Severance, yeah.
Yeah, I like Severance.
And then you like this one called Eyes.
Silo.
Silo, yeah. Silo, and then there's other one called Eyes where everyone's blind.
Oh, C.
C, yes.
Yeah,
C.
C. That was pretty good. Yeah.
I liked it a little bit.
Yeah, C was pretty good.
Action.
It was a pretty good concept. But yeah, there's a lot of good. Like Apple TV came out with some good sci-fi, and so we got the subscription.
Solo kind of scared me a little when she went to like
the silo.
No, when she went to the abandoned silo.
Yeah.
That like scared me. Like someone's gonna pop out somewhere. Like where is they?
The book was so good. Like they did a really good job with the book on that one. What did you think? Okay, first before I go into that, what kind of books do I like? Do you ever listen to the books I'm listening to?
What? That shocked me a little.
What was that one? Describe it.
Should I?
Sure.
I won't get in trouble.
I don't. I listen. When I say I read books, I listen to a lot of Audible books.
But there was this. It was like a girl that was like depressed and like use like things to imprint.
Oh, what? Oh my goodness! I can't believe. She liked to cut herself. Yeah. That was oh God, I can't even remember. What was the name of that book? I can't remember the name of. Oh yeah, but she was mentally unwell and she would use a knife to cut words into her skin. Yeah. Yeah, that was what was I listening to it on a road trip or something?
No, we were just driving to the gym.
Oh, just right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I need to be better about that.
But also, you watch this one where like a couple's arguing. I forgot. It's like at night. It was like a few weeks ago. It was like, oh come on, and there was like this dude saying you're gonna get got off to his like wife or someone.
What?
To this lady.
You're gonna get what?
Cut off or something.
Cut off.
And it's like this man has a lot of money and his.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I can't explain it.
Yeah, no. Okay. We're gonna move on from this conversation, but I need to do a better job of like when I'm listening to audiobooks.
You listen to it at night, and I'm a night owl.
You're usually asleep.
I am,
but anyway, I don't realize the things that they're paying attention to. I need to be more aware. They're listening to things. Yeah, secretive. But like because audiobooks are good, there's only a couple bad scenes every once in a while. Just to be more cognizant, because I get so involved with the audiobook, I don't pay attention to what's happening around me.
He's in his own world.
Yeah,
while we're like standing right there. Imagine us, him like in his own world, staring off into space, and us like right next to him. Like what?
Yeah, that's probably a good description.
It is funny.
But I haven't been able to watch TV shows for a while because I've been so busy. But ever since we've been back here, I've been catching up on TV, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, it's not like I watch like a couple episodes a night.
My favorite like we were watching like a whole movie marathon, and my favorite was Rush Hour. Love that one. I loved it so much.
Zenoviah and I, it was just you and I, right? For like a week or something?
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
Like everyone was gone. Like mom was like with her best friend, and then Cassius was with her, and then Finney was at a sleepover. Zeke was at his other dad's house, and we were just together. And I loved Rush Hour, just loved it.
Yeah, so we had the whole weekend. It was like the first weekend we've had almost ever that we didn't have any obligations. It was just you and me, and we're usually going out and we're going camping and stuff, but we just took this weekend to settle in and stay in the basement. And we have the projector. So we have a projector that projects pretty big. We have a pretty high quality projector, but that projects on the wall. And we have a speaker, like a surround speaker. And so, man, we just plugged in and we watched like all the Mission Impossibles, all the Rush Hours.
I love the Rush Hour ones. Like, can you tell them some of the jokes?
No, I'm not putting those jokes on here. Zenobia laughs at the jokes that our
It's 90 jokes. I have to laugh. They're the best.
and then
'Cause no one can get in
what else
trouble.
did we watch? We watched
Think
we watched quite a few things though. It was really good.
Yeah.
But Zenobia got super attached to Rush Hour.
The second it was on, I got in love.
My bunions. Yeah, we're not raising our kids really in the politically correct setting, to say the least.
It's
But I don't know. I would say we're really honest with our kids, and we don't lie to them.
Oh yeah, about Santa Claus and all that stuff. You told me the truth. I was like, "What? Santa Claus is not real."
Santa Claus is not real.
Aw.
Well, I mean the magical version of him. There's an original like Saint Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas.
Yeah, and he's got a whole backstory, and that's why there's stockings and gifts and stuff like that.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but either way, yeah, I feel like we've always been fairly honest with you, especially, but most of the kids, and we try to be very direct and not shelter you from the world, but prepare you for the world.
No,
Is that pretentious to say? I don't
life
think
is
so.
not fair.
Life is not fair. I don't know. Here's what I would say. I would say life is fair, but if you think it's not, you're just viewing it wrong. Right?
It's fair in some places, fair in not places.
Well, I think that people say it's not fair because the world isn't designed to work for you. It's just designed to work. And once you change your mindset to realize that,
Adapting.
then give me a high five. Always be adapting. That's like the number one thing. If you adapt, if you're able to adapt, everything will work out in your favor. Because what ends up happening is you have the mindset, like for example, let's say you have the mindset that you're going to go help coach at jiu-jitsu during the camp. And then you get there and you find out you're not helping coach, you got to do the class because Claire needs a partner, right? And you can be upset because you had something taken away from you, or you can adapt and say, oh, this is going to be a really good week to get better at jiu-jitsu and bond with Claire. You know what I mean? So whatever, as long as you're able to adapt your mind to the scenario, life is always fair. Because we have to recognize that life can be very, very, very ugly and very hard and very abrupt. And we have to recognize that can be that. So the times that it is abrupt and it is violent and it is not what we expected, that we can adapt to it and then that we're okay. Right?
Mhm.
So the Stoics talk often, they say,
He's such a stoic.
I try to be. I admire the Stoics a lot. But one of the key tenets, right, of Stoicism is we have to recognize all the things we should expect, right? So for example, a car accident.
I have a good one.
Okay, go ahead.
So there was this man. Well, my dad told me this. There was this man. He loved this lamp. Loved it.
A lamp?
A lamp. And then this lamp broke, but he didn't react. He's like, I knew it was gonna break at some point.
Oh yeah, that's a good story. Yeah, that guy, he kept telling himself that lamps break, especially nice lamps. And then so finally when it broke, some people would say it's like you manifested reality, but he said, well, it was already broken. And so the idea, the kind of example I give is like a car accident. It's like everyone recognizes that you can get in a car accident, but once you do get in a car accident, you're so surprised that it happens to you. And like when you do jujitsu, we realize that injuries can happen, but then we get so upset when they happen to us. And I've always had to try to do a better job. I've been better lately, that when I do get injured, I'm like, well, it was bound to happen, and I'm glad it wasn't severe. And so I learned my lesson from that.
I have some good injuries I can talk about from jiu-jitsu camp.
But the idea is that we shouldn't expect, like when we buy nice things, then we expect that they're always going to be nice. And time makes fools of us all, right? And so, like, I don't like to buy nice cars because if it gets dinged, I'm like, I didn't buy it for it to be nice. I bought it. I had purchased it in order to be utilitarian. Like I ordered it to get me from point A to point B. I used it as a tool. I didn't want to sit there and admire it and look at the paint job and worry about it getting like hailed on and things like that. I didn't buy a car for that. Right? I bought a car completely for its use, its application. And so the story of the guy with the nice lamp is he had a lamp that was so nice, it was so fragile that he just prepared himself for the fact that it would inevitably break. And if it didn't break, awesome. But if it did break, he was prepared for it. And so by preparing and in imagining the worst case scenario and realizing that the worst case scenario is okay, life was always fair. So when the lamp broke, he was like, that's fair because in life things break, especially nice things and fragile things. So now that it's broken, I enjoyed it while it was here. Now that it's broken, I'm not upset, right? Nothing is yours, right? Nothing is yours. And the only thing that we have to do is die. So everything that is between those facets, right? Those alleys, those realms, I don't know how you would say it. Everything in between, we can say that life is always fair because life isn't designed for you. Life isn't designed for me. Life is harsh. So if we adapt to it, life is good. What do you say?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
This is my jujitsu cup.
It's glitching a little because there's some cream if you turn it to the side. Oh, there's a little glitching. Go.
I've been to every jujitsu con ever since the first one, the Gracies.
Have you ever met them?
The Gracies? I've met some Gracies.
You have.
Yeah.
But how did they find Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Because jujitsu was a kind of a different concept of a martial art in Japan. And then there was a man.
So it came for Japan.
Yeah. And then this man from Japan moved to Brazil. And that's where Carlos and Helio Gracie, the brothers, they started learning this Japanese jiu-jitsu and they modified it to add the ground grappling as like the focus of it, and it turned into Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And then it came to America, and a lot of people now call it American jiu-jitsu because we've added here in America all of our wrestling and different styles to it, and we've kind of focused on no-gi a little bit more than gi. But yeah, and so now you have American jiu-jitsu, but now since everyone's got Japanese jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and American jiu-jitsu, we also start calling it jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, just do it again.
Yeah.
But one thing we were doing it's called truck. It's from the back where you can get the back take.
Oh, the truck?
Yeah,
back take from the truck?
I liked the truck. It was good. But my friend was going to do like a truck that we got from like a dude that's never been submitted in a season, and he got submitted by this dude from the truck.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Are you guys still doing film?
Yeah, we're doing film.
Yeah, watching high-level matches of jiu-jitsu and trying to copy it or trying to learn from it.
Yeah, we're trying to copy it, and my friend I was doing it, but she was going to go on me because it was from side control, and she accidentally lifted the wrong leg and right into the nose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That was okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. I love having this conversation with you, by the way. I like spending time with you.
Thank you.
You give me a hard time so much.
That makes sense.
Zenoviah, what does your name mean?
It means two things. It comes from a queen,
Queen
in Roma, Zenopia.
Oh, okay.
In Roma.
Rome. In
Greek.
It was during the Roman times.
It was during the Roman times.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it also comes from Zeus, because there's this boy and it's like Breath of Zeus, and then there's a girl version that's Life of Zeus.
Right. So Zeno
means
breath of Zeus, kind of in ancient Greek, and then there's Zenoviah, which means life of Zeus, right?
Jinx.
And there was Queen Zenobia, and so it's the same. Okay, Zenopia. And so same name, different pronunciation. And during the Roman times, while Rome was going through
she's a powerful queen.
Going through some distractions in a different part of the world. The Nile in Egypt specifically is known as the breadbasket of the Mediterranean.
What is that?
You remember what Mediterranean means?
No.
What does meta mean?
Like meditate?
Yeah, but like if I said, how would I explain this? Medial or medium.
Like meteorite?
No, that's a MET. But like where's medium? What's medium mean?
I'm like in the middle.
In the middle, right? Exactly. And then what does terrain mean?
Terrain.
Like tierra or
Like a train?
no, close. Like earth.
Like Mother Nature?
Yeah, like the terrain. It's like the flat ground, the earth,
Okay.
right?
So land?
But so it's Mediterranean.
Okay.
What would that mean to you?
Middle land?
Middle of the world. Yeah. So the Mediterranean was the sea, and it was considered the middle
She
of
traveled on
everything.
sea?
What?
She traveled on sea?
Yeah, she did, but also mostly land. But I'm just saying, like, Mediterranean is this area, the sea, where it's like there's Rome and Greece and Egypt and Israel, Spain and France, all the way to Portugal and Northern Africa, right? And so Egypt is up there, and Morocco, and so all these other countries sit there, and the whole world would do commerce by ships in the Mediterranean. And so they call it the middle of the world because that's where everything happened. And so for the Mediterranean, the breadbasket of the world at that time was Egypt. And so Rome depended heavily on the grains that would feed the world. And Rome controlled Egypt. And so they controlled the grains. And so what she did while Rome was distracted is she marched her army into Egypt, and she stopped and controlled the supply of grain. And she dominated the in and out, the what's the word I'm looking for?
Side to side.
No. Oh
That's
my
what-
God.
That's a word I learned in
She controlled the imports and the outports of a ton of the food that the world depended on. And that crippled because, I mean, you can have all the weapons you want, but if you have no food, you can't live, right? So that was crippling and really hurting the Roman Empire. And then on top of that, a lot of Romans inside the actual city of Rome would get like free bread. And so they weren't able to get free bread. So everybody in Rome was going hungry, and they were starting to revolt in the capital. So anyway, she created a lot of distress.
Peace?
No, she didn't create peace.
What's
She
that?
created distress.
Stress. What do you mean by that?
Distress means like discomfort, uncomfortable. Like there's order and disorder, right? And so she like created a lot of disorder in the Roman Empire, in the Roman kingdom, by cutting off the supply of grain.
Well, she cut that off.
So that way she could try to cut Rome away from its most valuable resource.
Why is she attacking Rome?
Because Rome, a lot of people viewed Rome as bullies.
Oh.
And it was a chance for her.
Did she win the war?
What?
Did she win?
Nope. Well, she won. She took over Egypt, but then Rome had to take their army and march it all the way around the Mediterranean down to Egypt, and was able to conquer her army. And rather than killing her, he actually kept her as a trophy. And so wherever the emperor went for the rest of his life, she was there, just standing in the background as a conquered queen.
Wait, she was like in handcuffs or something?
No, really. She just stood there. There's nowhere to go because she was surrounded by Romans.
So she just standing there and accepted?
Yep. And there was another warlord or king or something like that, that same emperor conquered right before that. And so he had both of them just right behind him, just standing there all the time.
And what, did they sell her as like a good luck charm or something?
Maybe. I don't know. You have to look into it a little bit more. But that was Queen Zenopia, if we're pronouncing that correctly. So your name means life of Zeus, right? And you are named after Zeno of Citium, right? And who is Zeno of Citium?
Well, Zeus's breath?
Yeah, but like, why am I such a fan of Zeno of Citium?
Because you're a big Greek mythology fan?
Greek mythology, yes, but Greek philosophy, right? All right. What Greek philosophy do I follow?
Like ones that with discipline?
Discipline, but what's like the main Greek philosophy that I quote a lot that tries to help guide me as much as I can? You said it earlier.
Fair?
Stoicism?
Stoicism?
Stoicism. It's a Greek philosophy, right? So I tried to be a I tried to follow the Stoic tenets as much as possible, right?
Mhm.
The pillars of Stoicism. Now, who is the creator of Stoicism? You're named after him.
Zeus?
Zeno of Citium.
A Xenocity.
Yeah. So Zeus was a mythological god, right? And then you would name your kids oftentimes after the gods, like Zeno and Zenobia. And Zeno of Citium was a wealthy merchant, I believe in Athens.
Wait, he was actually a real person?
Yeah, Zeno of Citium was a wealthy merchant in Athens, and there's a storm, and either his main boat or a couple boats, I'm not sure, but anyway, all of his wealth got lost in the sea, and he was kind of stranded in Athens, and he lost all of his wealth overnight. So he went from being rich to poor, and there's this place I believe called the Stoa. It was a building, if I'm recalling. Man, I might be just butchering this, but either way, they would call them the Stoics because they would hang out at this place, and Zeno would go there and he would preach and he would practice philosophy. And so anyway, Zeno birthed what we now know as Stoicism. And so Zeno, the male version, Zenovia being the female version. Oh, hit the mic.
Yeah,
So that's who you're named after. I think that's a pretty freaking cool name.
I agree.
A lot of people don't realize how cool that name is.
I say so myself.
So whenever Zenobia goes somewhere and she's like, "What's your name?" and she goes, "Zenobia," they go, "Oh!"
It's like,
It's a beautiful name.
well, they actually all like, ooh, whoa. They're always saying, whoa.
Are you very proud of your name? Good. Yeah, it's better than
Something
other names.
Hey, I'm not done.
You can, yeah,
Yeah.
but not for money.
Yeah, no, we don't. So in our family, there's a tradition where we play poker.
A tradition. Yeah.
Tradition. But we don't play it for money. We never bet money. We do it because it's a very good way to explain life, and I learned lots of life lessons for playing poker with my family.
Yeah, reading people.
Yeah,
strategy.
reading people. Most people you can't trust. Bluffing.
And then also understanding odds.
Odds.
It's a likelihood that you have the best hand or someone has a better hand than you.
Like 50-50.
So statistics plays an important part.
Yes, even though poker is a gambling game, it still helps with life stuff.
What does gambling mean?
Means like, well, it's mostly in casinos. To me, it means like spending money.
At the chance of getting more money back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 50, like chancing. Chances.
Putting in a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, if I and 4 other friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
We each put $20 in, and we say into a pot, and then I say whoever can do the most pull-ups gets the $100, and then I do pull-ups. My friend does does some pull-ups. Other friend does some pull-ups, and whoever did the most pull-ups gets the $100. Is that gambling?
Kind of.
Yep, it is gambling.
Yeah, it's a very good way of life lessons, like bluffing and all that stuff.
Tell them what bluffing is.
Bluffing is where you will fake it. Like, let's give an example. Well, my cousin Sarah bluffs a lot in our poker games. She pretends she has this best hand, starts betting big. We bet big for chips, not money, I swear. But yes, she's betting big. But she never shows her cards, and then when people see the cards, they're really bad cards, and they realize they all went out, even though they had a better hand than her. That's bluffing.
All right, cool. Can a president bluff?
He could.
Like to another country?
Yeah, he could.
Give me an example of president bluffing to another country.
Well, we have our President Trump, who we love. Trump.
Oh, don't give political opinions on here. We'll get in trouble.
Okay.
The woke audience will see us and get us in trouble. But So, like, let's say President Trump, who we are neutrally opinionated about.
We don't want to offend, but we like him.
So, no, yeah. So, what if he was like, Iran, if you do one more thing, we're going to send bombs to your country.
Did they actually do that?
Yes, but could that be a bluff?
It could.
Because could he not? He might not want to do that, or he might not have the means to do it.
Yeah.
What makes it a bluff?
A bluff is where you try to scare them off, kind of.
Okay.
You try to like get them out of the way, so they don't think you're telling the truth when you're lying. Except you make it look so real and start doing it so real.
But what if he actually bombs them? Would that be a bluff?
No.
What would you say?
He would be telling the truth and
Would
giving
you
them a
say he
warning.
wasn't bluffing?
He wasn't bluffing.
He wasn't bluffing.
He wasn't bluffing.
All right. Do I ever bluff? Do you think?
When you need to.
But in life, to you kids, do I bluff?
Not really.
No, I don't bluff too much when it comes to the kids.
Yeah. He's telling me
Your mom apparently is not bluffing. I feel like your mom bluffs a lot. Man, she was like, if you do that, because I'm always like, I'm going to throw your phone out the window or something when I get mad.
He says that.
And
he doesn't do it.
But guess what your mom did?
I tell a story. Let me tell you that was the best story. So this takes place at my aerials. I finished and I went up to my mom. My sister called from her friend's mom's phone.
Okay, so Finney's friend's mom.
Friend's mom.
So Finney calls using her friend's mom. So Finney is at a friend's house.
Yes, she's at a friend's house.
And then Finney calls mom.
Through her friend's mom's phone. And she asked for another sleepover. And my mom said, oh, honey, sorry, no. And my sister hangs up. Which
hangs up on mom?
Which makes mom terrified. She tries to call her back. Finney doesn't answer. Finney doesn't.
Ignores her. So she hangs up and then ignores mom?
Ignores mom.
While she's at a friend's house?
And so a few minutes later, we're at home. I'm chilling.
You're right here, right? You're sitting right here?
Yeah. I was like laying down because there were like pillows and blankets. I was like chilling. Well, yeah. Mama marches down the stairs with a broken screen on my sister's phone and says, this, like, shows it my face and says, this is what will happen to you if you ever disrespect me. I was like, yes.
She's not going to break you. She's going to break your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't threatening to break you.
No, she's trying to break the phone.
Yeah. She broke it with a rock. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, actually, my mom told her, but my dad was like, oh, he didn't believe her and then like we were going to a lake. We were on the lake, and I was like, Dad, I can't believe mom broke Finney's phone. And he turns to me like, what? And he's big eyes, and I'm like, yeah, didn't mom? Don't you know? And he's like, no, I didn't. Mom actually broke Finney's phone. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I overheard when mom was yelling at you. Well, she wasn't like yelling, but she was talking louder. And I heard her, and I was like, oh, I don't like. I like heard it, but I like passed by it. And then it all made sense when you're like, yeah, mom broke Finney's phone. What?
Yeah, he's like, what?
She wasn't bluffing.
She
wasn't bluffing.
Let's talk about my siblings.
No, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Yeah, mom is a very interesting character, isn't she? Because I bluff like I'm gonna throw your phone out the window, like I bluff. But your mom, I'm more logical because I'm like, I paid for that phone. If I throw it out the window, I'm gonna have to. I've just wasted a phone, right?
Yeah.
I try to think logically. She's like, nope. Why did you do that, Jade? Your mom makes decisions, and I have to financially recover from them. Or like financially, I'll never financially recover from them. No, I have to like pay for it later. I'm like, why'd you do that? I have to pay for that. But yeah, she's yeah.
She thinks she doesn't think before acting.
Oh man, can you do me a favor? Mm-hmm. Can you run upstairs and shut the garage door?
The garage.
Yeah. Run. right now, my dad, who thinks that we live in the worst neighborhood in the ever, every time the garage door is left open for 5 seconds, he sends the whole family messages saying the garage door is left open. Thank you for doing that. Messaging grandpa.
Okay. Talk about my survey.
Oh, we stopped the podcast to make sure it was taken care of. Were all the chicks okay?
Yeah.
Did you hear them all? They didn't get eaten?
No one got eaten.
Are you sure?
Just go check.
All right, go check. Go check. She's gonna go check on the chicks real quick, but yeah, we live in a very, very, very safe town, and like I could leave. I feel like all the doors unlocked. That's how awesome of a town we live in. But of course,
They're alive.
they're all good. My dad thinks that we're about to get robbed at every second. To get into but yeah, we gotta lock up this place that's Fort Knox. Like every single day out there is just drugging and looting. But anyway, let's get back to the podcast.
Yes.
What were we talking about?
I forgot.
Did you bring the chicks in? Or are they still out in the garage?
They're still in the garage.
Okay, sounds good. Oh yeah, you gonna tell them about your little chicks?
Yeah. We have 3 little chicks, each for the kids. Even though there's 4 kids.
For the little kids.
For the little kids. I'm not a little kid. I'm the second oldest. But yes, I have a little black one. It's a midnight breed. And I think she's really cute. We were trying to come up with new names, but like, stop. My dad was like, stop. Zenoviah Jr., Infinity Jr., Cash Jr., done. And I'm like, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I named them all because you guys were changing the.
I said midnight like 1,000 times, like midnight.
No,
midnight.
you guys change the names of your chicks every 5 minutes. So I was just like, all right, that's Zenoviah Jr., that's Cassius Jr., and that's Infinity Jr. Or CJ, ZJ, and TJ. Yeah. People are like TJ because it's Infinity Jr., so TJ. That's what I decided to go with. Yeah. And that way I can keep up with the names. But yeah. Do you like raising the chicks so far?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing in your face? Okay. Interesting. Log that.
Okay. Well,
what's it like raising the chicks so far?
Good. It's like a dog barking. It's like a chihuahua barking 24/7.
Except way quieter.
It's way quieter. It's like
just little chirps. Tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're constantly tweeting, but at night they go to bed.
They go to bed at night.
At night they like pass out, feels like.
They're all like, when I went to check on them, they're all like huddled in the corner.
They didn't go in their little box?
Yeah, but mine was like head stuck like under the two. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I thought
they're alive.
I thought they would like the box a little bit more, but do they still like the box?
I actually, one time we came to check on them, like one night, and I didn't see them, and I heard them in the box.
Oh, okay.
So they have been sleeping in there.
Yeah, they like feeling protected.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see where we're at right now. We're at good evening from Florida. Hi, Sandy. How are you? You say hi to Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
How's Florida these days?
Yeah, we used to live in Florida. We miss it.
Yeah, we were in Pensacola, Florida, right?
Yeah.
I often think about moving back. I just want to be near the warm ocean.
Oh yeah, he's obsessed with moving to Florida.
Well, moving to the ocean.
Yeah.
But I think, a lot of people, they love the trees and like a cabin in the woods. Yeah, it's hot. It's always hot.
It's always hot.
But
I feel you.
oh yeah, you remember how hot Pensacola was?
Oh yes, Zeke was like complaining the entire time. I was like, we were like always went to the beach, and I was like, we have a blast swim.
Finny is like melting. I felt bad for her because like I remember all the time I would like walk into like the car or something, and she's got like her shirt like lifted up, and I'm like, put your shirt down, and she's like, Dad, I'm so hot, and she's like in front of the AC, like the AC just blasted, like she's about to die. I'm like, oh my god.
She's very sensitive. That's for sure.
She's sensitive to the sun. She's a ginger.
Yeah, she is.
I loved Florida because, like, for me, I would rather be hot and go do water sports than be cold in the mountains and do winter sports. I don't like it. But I'm the way people view like the mountains and the trees. Like I grew up in a cabin in the woods. You know, I've lived in Colorado for a very long time with the mountains and camped, and I'm just like, I just want like the ocean and the beach.
Oh yeah, you'll fall asleep to rhinos any day.
Oh yeah, but like I love like every coast I've been to, I've loved for the most part. But just seeing the water glisten in the sunlight, I just love it. Oh yeah, see, she said you're cute.
Yeah, thank you.
But yes, it's time to move either to Florida,
California.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to be stationed in California, but I do like the Oregon coast.
I love Oregon.
I love Oregon.
I like too. I'm like into like
you know there's a Salem, Oregon.
Oh, I actually heard of that from there is this guy named Tyler. Yeah, Tyler, when we used to live in Texas. And I was wearing my Salem sweatshirt from Massachusetts because I love the witch trials. And also I love Hocus Pocus. And he's like, is that Salem, Oregon? I'm like, no, Salem, Massachusetts. And I was like, there's a Salem in Oregon? Wow.
Yeah, Salem, Oregon.
I'll go look at it.
Yeah, I think the Pacific Northwest is also where they filmed Twilight, if I'm not mistaken.
I never watched Twilight, but I do jiu-jitsu, and I got the nickname New Moon because, like, my dad said,
thirsty for blood.
Yeah,
I didn't name you.
I still don't.
Oh, so you're in northern Florida. So, like, I know Pensacola is like northern Florida where we were, and we were looking at northern Florida because you could still be close to the beach, and you could still get acreage. You know what I mean, for like a farm.
Oh, she has 10 acres. Wow.
And so, used to live an hour from the beach. Yeah, that's
lucky,
nice.
Good.
But yeah, Florida seems to be a good blend of still being able to have some good property and then still being not too far from the ocean.
When my dad said, "Do you want to live on a boat or live on the farm?" And I'm like, farm all the way. I want animals everywhere.
Lake City. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's go on.
I think that would be how far is Lake City? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. When he has a week off, he'll run right there.
Lake City. I'm trying to remember because man, Lake City. There's a Lake City in Colorado.
What?
Lake City, Florida. I don't even know Colorado. Let's see. Lake City. Oh yeah, that's right there in the middle.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. But 10 acres sounds good. 10 acres would be like a minimum. I would want 10 acres.
You used to want 100 acres.
I want 100 acres, yeah.
We used to have this friend, their grandparents, we knew their grandparents really well, and they had 100 acres, and they had this little, like, go-kart or something, and we drove out around the 100 acres. It was so awesome.
On the all-terrain vehicle or whatever.
Yeah, it was funny. Well, my older friend that's like 13 was driving, and I was like, "You can drive."
Oh yeah, when you have 100 acres, you could do anything.
You could literally drive a car; they wouldn't care.
Yeah,
they wouldn't care.
But I like when I grew up in a cabin in the woods, right?
Yeah.
I had a archery range in my front yard. And I was like huge into archery, but it wasn't like a little dinky archery range. It was like big because there's so much land and you're out in the middle of nowhere. And I kind of like that concept for the kids, just being out in the middle of nowhere. And
you could survive out there.
Yeah, but I like also the idea of raising some cattle and raising chickens and stuff.
If you're like we watch sci-fi movies where it's like zombie apocalypse or something, and every time someone's out of the country, like in the middle of nowhere, they always survive.
They're the ones who survive.
They're the ones who survive. Yeah, the robots can't get to them.
That's true. All right, so we hit an hour.
Yeah,
You want to call it, or you want to keep talking?
we can keep talking.
Oh, let's just talk for a little bit more, but start wrapping it up. Grandpa wants to talk to us. He's probably mad at us about the garage.
The garage. What we did to the garage?
He probably just left it open a little bit longer than you wanted, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
You'll see this episode and you'll be all mad. You live in a full-time camper, moved 13. How parents? Oh, we better wrap it up. The family's home. Hey, that's what Jade and I were talking about, getting a camper, a trailer, and putting it on some big property. So that's like the dream. But anyway, do you want to come say hi real quick, Finny?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm running. Me too.
Say hi.
Hi.
All right, and Cassius, come say hi.
Okay.
All right, get out of here. Don't be silly.
Fun.
Get out of here. Bye, Sandy.
Hi,
Good night.
Bye, Sandy.
All right.
Have a good Florida.
Have a good Florida.
Have a good Florida. Yeah.
All right. Zenobia and I are going to finish up, all right, right now. All right. And we'll come see you guys. All right. Love you. I think I just said all right like 10 times right there.
Yeah.
All right. So,
thank you.
yes, thank you so much, Sandy. We're going to wrap it up. Zenobia, you have any last things that you want to tell everybody or tell you the audience?
Well, having 10 anchors is amazing. Can't wait for another episode. Having a good night. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hey, Cassius, we're going to finish up, okay? So just give me 1 minute. Thank you, son. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to look at the link in the description. That's where you can follow us on other social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok, which I'm not a fan of being on social media. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank you.
Yes, I am a veteran. I'm actually, I won't say anything, but yes, I've served in the military, a couple different branches.
He used to be in the Navy.
And the Army, yeah. And I'm very proud of having served in the military. I loved what it did for me and my family and how it set me up in life. And the original reason why I made this podcast and the show Combat Carnivore was to try to help veterans recover from things like PTSD and other damages that they may have accumulated in the Army or the Navy or the Marines with a carnivore diet, with stoicism, and with jiu-jitsu. And so I used to call it steak, strangles, and stoicism. So I would say healing vets through steak, strangles, and stoicism. We have rash guards and shirts and stuff, but all that's in the link in the description. Also, I do a lot of, I have a partner in this industry who does all my edits. He makes my video edits. He helps me manage my social media. And he makes all my shorts, like the edits for shorts and for reels.
Coming from a military family is very good. It shows you lots of discipline.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, so if you are starting your YouTube journey or your social media journey and you need help editing the content because it's so tedious and so time consuming, then I strongly suggest reaching out to me. And I'll set you up with my partner who does all the editing. It's very high quality extremely high quality for a great price from a very, very good guy. And I trust him a lot. In fact, we're business partners now. So if you need that video editing, please reach out to me. So what else was I going to say? Pretty soon, I'm going to start publishing my first few books. So go check that out. What else do I have? Do I have anything else? Just check out the link. All my stuff is in there. What?
I'm illustrating it.
Do what?
I'm illustrating it.
Oh, illustrating it. And then, yes, carnivore for 8 months. Best decision ever. Good. Going carnivore was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And my kids, they are mostly carnivore. They've been having a couple of cheat weeks during the camp, though, huh? But we're going to get back on. What are you doing?
Writing something down for Finny.
No, give us 1 minute, okay? Give us 1 minute. All right. Literally.
Out you go.
There you go.
Go, and we'll be there shortly. See, this is normal.
Yeah.
Interruptions are normal. But thank you so much. Like, subscribe, follow. You guys know how to do social media. So, like I said, we're kind of taking the direction of a channel. It's still steak, strangles, and stoicism, but now we're extending it to the family and capturing our family, so that way generations from here can see where they came from and see maybe their mom when her mom was just an 11-year-old girl, and see their Aunt Finny who's being crazy.
Excuse me.
What?
Can I show them the?
No, when it's your time, when it's your episode. Okay, stop. I'm not gonna say it again. Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Okay. So love you guys so much. You guys are the best.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. The future of communities, I think, is online, and so we are going to start building from scratch. And Sandy, thank you so much for being part of our community. We're going to do this every Tuesday and Thursday, I think, if we can keep up with it. So come join us, laugh with us, joke with us, be part of our family. Love you guys.
Bye.
Oh, don't do drugs and don't eat vegetables.
Yep.
All right, babe.